What up, YouTube? Moose Cow here with another recap of Operation Krautslaughter. What can I say? This game has been living up to its name. This is a recap of round 9, which has been a very feisty round, if I do say so myself. Here's the all the casualties we've had this round. Quite a bit of stuff. We got some poison gas was killed, some machine gunners were killed, an ace was killed, elite was killed. Germany lost their tanks that they had just purchased. We had a dogfight. We had quite a bit of air action. French, British, and German fighters. I believe also an Ottoman fighter, if I recall correctly. Somewhere, I'm pretty sure there's an Ottoman fighter. Maybe I'm misremembering. That might have been the previous turn. Oh, and here's another elite. The French tank was killed. A lot of British subs, German subs. Yeah, whole lot of stuff. Okay, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good casualties. Let me get this stuff off screen as best as I can. Okay. So, Austria-Hungary went into Switzerland and took Veneto, which, as you can see, the Italians, on their turn, they contested it. And that's basically what Austria-Hungary did, plus fortification of Serbia. And then also took out, liberated Mesopotamia for the Ottomans from their Persia stack and further camped out in Persia. They're just having a grand old time over there, and that's basically what Austria-Hungary did. In terms of the Russian Civil War, Soviets continued to push and expand. They finally got Belarus over here, I think. Miraculously did not take Kazan. Everybody on both sides missed, so this is a little bit of a thorn in his side, slowing down progress this way. The Soviets took over Tatarstan. Kept fighting in Siberia, and then the whites on their turn, I was trying to remember what happened over here. The Soviets took over Urals, took over Siberia. The whites on their turn counterattacked in Urals and killed a few Soviet cavalry over there, and built up in Irkutsk, which, as you can see, Japan, now that the whites have the Trans-Siberian Rail over here, plus there's a railway from Vladivostok as well. So the Japanese were able to send some units, tow and rail and fly some units up to Irkutsk and send a few others on the way over there. Japan, while I'm talking about Japan also took over a few more of the German islands. We're not going to break the Pacific colony point. We're just not going to be able to because of Kraut being super lucky with stacking this up. But Stephen, as the Empire of Japan, is just seeing if he could at least whittle down if he can at least eliminate the German national objective for the Pacific colony point, which Germany currently has 3. So it should be doable with what's left on the board over here. But we are not going to be able to break the Pacific colony point. We just don't have the time, don't have the resources for it. Early game kind of got screwed for that, but that's all right. All right, continuing back over to Europe, the focus of the action. Germany attacked Burgundy again and stocked up Belgium. I mean, like, stocked up Belgium. Like, super stocked it and wiped the French that were contesting Alsace. Embarrassingly so, that the French got no hits in return. Those 4 units were 2 rounds of combat useless. The Brits on their turn walked into Lorraine and liberated that, since Germany left that wide open. But of course they'll just take it right back again. Let's see. Put that over there. Once I put Mark over there. So, because the Germans controlled Burgundy, the French were forced once again, because this is overwhelming odds, they were forced once again to hit Burgundy and contest it. And when that happened, the dice were merciless. We had a dogfight. It was 7 French fighters against 9 German fighters, and the Germans ended up smoking the French. French were able to take a few of them down with it, but by the end of it, this is what is left in Burgundy. We got 6 German fighters, 4 artillery, 3 machine gunners, 3 poison gas. He chose to lose his elites. But anyway, those Germans are tied up, and they're just not going to get to Provence, and they're not going to branch out to Aquitaine, all of that. This is going to be the final round coming up. So I think we can call this safe, and Paris is also saved. So at least we will not have that humiliating loss. The question of this game is what will happen with favorable trade and Western Front. I think the Germans have the Western Front point, but we'll see. This is kind of what we're looking at right now. Just going over jumping ahead to the victory points. The Germans, or the Central Powers, have the Western Front point. Let me start with the Allies' points. Right now, we have favorable trade. It's a very slippery right now, but right now we have favorable trade. We have 1, 2, 3, and they have 1, 2. Okay. However, Netherlands and Denmark are also factors, and Picardy is not in good shape right now. However, the Allies have lots of transports over here that could maybe make some things happen. Okay. The Allies have the Africa point, and we have the Suez point. Krautslaughter seems to have just pulled back on that, which is, I'll admit, we're a little perplexed by that, but that's what he's done. And he has minor cities 3 and 5. He'll probably get Verdun back. I realize I have forgotten to include Verdun for some reason when he has Lorraine, so that is another Central Power point. And the Allies right now have Jerusalem and Mecca. But yeah, Central Powers have minor cities 3 and 5. Central Powers have, was it 6 minor cities? They have Baku, they have Bucharest, they have Kiev, they have Ypres, Warsaw, and they don't have Venice anymore, actually. It's contested. But we'll see. All right, so never mind. They have five minor cities, and we have 2. Question is, can we get another one? There's a few options on the board, and looking a little juicy. But anyway, okay. What else? Resuming where I was, backing up. So yeah, France had to counterattack Germany to prevent them from spreading out, and the dice were insane for that battle. France lost the dogfight, but Germany, and even though Germany had like mostly artillery rolling at fours, both sides ended up getting exactly 18 hits, and that dwindled Germany down significantly, and is a big reason why this is as big as it is. And then France reinforced in Germany, East Africa, which on their turn, he had 2 machine gunners, and there's only an Italian infantry and cavalry left. So he took a shot, and each side scored 1 hit. So there's only 1 German machine gunner here in Germany, East Africa. And France on their turn, the guy had dropped off previously, went and reinforced. And then the other transport went up, grabbed the West India guy, dropped him off into Arabia, which, as you could see, was a moot decision. The Ottomans on their turn just smacked Arabia, didn't lose any units. It was a 4 against 3 battle, and yeah, as you can see how it went. And then he just rearranged and pulled back, mass defending Marmara. I guess the Italian transports are scaring him. The British transports may possibly also scaring him. He pulled back over here, and he's left nothing and nothing and congregating over here. So he's really protecting the Middle East oil point. So right now he has all 4 territories, as you can see, represented by these oil derricks I have here. Here, let's make that a little more clear, I guess, right there. Okay, and then this one here. Yeah. Okay. Brits on their turn went into Jerusalem en masse, took over Hijaz, and snagging Mecca there, and we snagged Jerusalem there. Built more in West India, but did take a bunch of stuff out from there. But built more stuff there in the process. Geared up buying another transport and sending another one back over yonder, and a couple more units down in South Africa. Britain whittled down. Germany on their turn did a mass naval buy to prevent a Berlin bank job. And Britain went in with 4 subs, lost 1 to mines, and managed to take out the German subs that he had purchased. So right now there is just a undamaged dreadnought and 2 cruisers there, which is just enough to block, to do some blocking of enough enemy ships to prevent them from going through here, pretty much. But the Americans have pulled units off of Picardy. All this stuff here, here, I'll just put this here. All of this stuff are on the, oh no, he dropped them off in London, actually. I think he did. Yeah, he did drop them off in London. Or they're on the transports. I actually can't remember which he did, actually, now that I think about it. But there they are. And let's see, what else? So all those guys are up there, and all of this stuff here is still in Picardy, as far as I'm aware. I believe that's still the case. All right, and let's see, what else? More Americans on the way. There's no point in buying anything. Got some transports swinging down here to possibly deal with Chile, possibly go this way. Who knows? Who knows? We'll see. Also some Americans in Brittany as well, with more transports off the coast there. There you go. And again, China's been locked down for a long time. Italy, like I said, they smacked Veneto. Also, Austria did a big naval buy as well, buying a dreadnought and more subs. And then the Italians bought 2 more subs. Both Italians and Austrians have improved sea mines. But yeah, then we have an allied congregation here in this sea zone. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We got 1 round to do. We're probably going to shoot through it. We're going to try and shoot through it as fast as possible. I might not, just for the sake of speed, I probably won't do my turns publicly on YouTube. I'll just send them in quick videos to them. Probably, maybe. Let's see what I feel like. Whites won't really matter very much, I guess, but so mostly France. But I'll probably just do another final recap at the end, because we'll do, in typical kind of endgame BBR style, just doing the stuff that actually matters and things like that, and then we'll call it. Or if not, call it before then and see. We're just trying to see how close we can close this gap, which is it's a pretty dang big gap. But anyway, this has been a blowout game, but it's also been a very interesting scientific study as well, so to speak. So there you go. Stay tuned for more.